it's the end of the year. It's December. I actually was going to make this video in November, but you know, I'm in school, so I almost died, but it's okay because I did it. I finished school like 2 days ago. So now I get to talk about manga again, which is all I really want to do. And oh, hold on. Let me get a thumbnail. That's gonna be it. This will be my thumbnail, maybe. But yeah, so a couple months ago, I was trying to decide like my favorite things that I've read this month, and I wrote it down on this piece of paper. Now that it's actually the end of the year, I kind of made some adjustments. Now that now that now that it's the end of the year, I made some adjustments, and here's my favorite things that came out this year. I do have some honorable mentions, and then I made a list. I made a list of my favorite things that I've read, and I was only able to get it down to 11 because I am indecisive. So it's going to be my top 11 things. This will be a spoiler-free list. I'm actually going to put my hair up. Give me 5 minutes. I also have coffee, and I normally don't drink coffee, so you know it's business. Ooh, maybe I don't like my hair up. So yeah, 11, but first, honorable mentions. First things first. Hey, so you remember that, like, Death Note one-shot that happened this year? That was this year, feels like a million years ago. Anyways, I'm honorably mentioning that because that was like a cultural shift. And then, like, remember how ended up being a little bit too, like, applicable. You know what I mean? The main character was very charming, though. Give me another 5. I gotta fix my hair again because I'm not happy with it. It just went back down. We're indecisive today. So yeah, that Death Note, honorable mention. I like the main character. I like seeing Ryuk again. And it really goes to show that the whatever, Shinigami, whatever, they suck. And that's that on that. Second honorable mention. I have a book for this. This isn't manga, but it made me cry so hard. And listen, I'm a history person. I have read the Iliad. I know what happens. I told myself this going into this book. I was like, do not cry. You're literally not allowed to cry. You know what happens. I think I cried for like 3 hours. So, great book. I will probably read it again so that I could be reminded that love is real. Moving on. Oh, I actually have to open my paper for this. This is in no particular order. I like everything so much. And I'm starting with, let me get some title in there. Blue Spring Ride, or it's so hard for me to pronounce this. I can do it though. Ao Haru Ride. I'll cut that if I hate it. I read this year. I read all of it. It's ended. It has resolved finally in the year of our Lord 2020. And okay, so something about me. I am so picky when it comes to shoujo. It is very easy for me to hate it because there's a lot of tropes I don't like. This has a trope that I don't like, and yet I still like the manga. So here we are. This is probably one of my favorite ones that I ever read. I love it. I was so mad at this boy in particular for a very long time, but he came through in the end. But yeah, I like the main characters even though they make me so mad sometimes. So I'm happy with it. I'd read it again. I love it. There's number 11. Done. Okay. Number 10. Where are you? Oh, that's number 3. Listen. Okay. So Demon Slayer ended this year. And currently, it is like a majority of Japan's economy because the movie is like killing it. And I would love to see the movie. I'll probably cry so hard when I do. But, you know, I did have my issues with the end. That's all I'll say on it. But that being said, anything that could give me this dude, that guy, it's a good series to me. I freaking love that guy more than anything. I love Tanjiro too, and I love Nezuko. They're cute. I love siblings. I love sibling dynamics, and I'm happy with it. I love it. I'll read it again. Also, okay, you know how like people when they're like, hey, when you make a comic, make sure to simplify your designs? And they were like, no, I will not do that. I will make complicated character designs. And they stuck to it. Honestly, inspirational. I love it. I'm inspired. Moving on. Nah, 9. Okay, I don't have like an actual physical copy of this, so I'll pretend I'm holding it like this. That's a noise. Seraph of the End is still going. This one, okay, so the release schedule, at least here, is a little bit different. It comes like is it every month or every 2 weeks? I don't know. I will like let them stockpile and read them all at once because it gets kind of, I forget everything that happens at the last chapter if I just read it once they come out with that much time in between. Anyways, I enjoyed that a lot this year. I love vampires. That will not change. I like vampires a lot. That's a fun thing for me. And I like Seraph of the End a lot. Even though it's like vampires and demons and all these tropes, it's a lot to handle, honestly. It's a lot to remember too when you're trying to like read over this long span of time. But I like it. A chapter came out this year that I really loved. So that's why it's on this list. Seraph of the End. Moving on. Wait, what is it? Oh, I don't have this one either. So I'll pretend I hold it like this. The Promised Neverland. That's number 9. This one also ended this year. Honestly, it was a kind of similar ending. No. Debatable. I really like the series. It does have its issues, which I might talk about more one day, but I love the main characters. Ray is like my favorite one. He's like your right hand man #1. Freaking love that kid. Anyways, I'm happy with it. I like it. I would love to own physical copies of it one day. And that's that on that. I love you, Promised Neverland. I love Emma so much. I think she's delightful. I a lot of people are like, oh, she's so like dumbly. That's not a word. She's so blindly optimistic about everything. She thinks she can do all these things, and you know what? She does it. And I like that about her. I like her optimism and her just drive to get, live. It's nice. It's nice. I like The Promised Neverland. I'm moving on now. I don't even know what number I'm on anymore. I want to say it's 7, which is, ooh, I have this one. How does the song go? Wait, which one am I thinking of? That's not important. Jujutsu Kaisen. This is number 7 because I think we're on 7. My love has been reignited for this series. So manga-wise, we have been on the same day in the manga for a really long time. I think probably the whole of this year. So I was like kind of slowing down on like my interest. Oh, like a lot of stuff was happening, but the pace was a lot slower. So, I'm not paying attention as much. But that being said, the anime came out this year, and I love it. I love it so much. It has. This is why they do this. This is why they're like manga first. Let them read it. Let them like it. Then I'll give you the anime to remind you how much I like it. And it works because I have the brain of a fish. I forgot something. I'm borrowing this from a friend. So Elmer, if you ever watch this, thank you so much. You're my friend. He doesn't know I have a YouTube channel. Back to Jujutsu Kaisen. I love it. Gojo is still my favorite, which if you know me, that's like, of course, that's her favorite. And that's that on that. Number 6, maybe? I love this one. The boys. The boys are here. I'm just gonna hold one. Given. I love Given so much. I care about all of them so much. Even Akihiko. He drives me freaking crazy. What's his first name? Kaichi? No. I told you earlier. Shoujo, romance in general. I'm so picky. I'm so emotionally invested in this one. Yeah, I'm so invested in this one. I care about them so much. And also, like, if you look at my Spotify, I listen to the songs all the time because I love it. Given. Read it if you love the drama. I love the drama. That's what it is. What can I say? I love these guys so much. It's so wholesome. I love romance. Sometimes. Moving on. We all know these guys. Hang on, there's a third one here. Here it is. This is my brother's. I'm borrowing this. So thank you, Eric, if you ever see this. My Hero Academia. That's Given. This whole year, though, like manga-wise, has been so much fun. That's because there's a lot of like high stakes stuff, action, but also exposition during the action. I love it. Freaking love this. I like how My Hero Academia has like risen to this like stable shonen series. I'm happy with it. I like the series a lot. Also, one thing I really love the series is the art. Oh my god. He's so good at everything. And I'm jealous of it. No, I'm not. I gotta work hard for that. He's really good at drawing like hands and shoes, and I love it. Anyways, and the depth of it all. You can. I love it. I love the art. And the series is good. Of course, I've got my gripes, because I'm very opinionated. Opinionated. I've got my gripes, but I love it overall. And that's what matters. Next. I don't know what number we're on. I should have numbered this better. Maybe I'll put it when I'm editing. But as of me right now in this moment, no clue. No clue what I'm doing. Oh shoot. This is one. Okay, hear me out. So this is one that came out this year. I think there's only like a couple chapters out at this moment. But it gets me. This is a new Shonen Jump series, Kaiju number 8. It doesn't have a volume out. I'm going to hold it. I'll have a picture. This is me holding it. So, Kaiju number 8. It gets me. First of all, the protagonist is 32 years old. He's an older man. I love that. You can only read about high school kids so much, you know what I mean? And so the premise of the series is there's monsters that come out all the time, and there's this like elite squad of people that fight them. And the main character starts out as the dude who cleans up the bodies afterwards. He's like the cleaning crew. He's like the monster janitor or whatever. But his dream is for him and his best friend to be the monster killers or whatever. I did not like go back and refresh before this, if you can't tell. So his best friend is like already like an elite officer in this. She did really well, and he got left behind. He didn't make it the first couple times, but suddenly, okay, his name is Kafka. And would you believe me? Would you believe me if I told you that he goes through a metamorphosis? What? Like the bug? Anyways, yeah, he turns into the monsters. He's Kaiju number 8. And so there's only a couple chapters out, so he's, doing what he can with that. But yeah, it's really good. I look forward to it. And not just because there's a character with pointy teeth. I'm a woman of substance. It's also because there's a character with pointy teeth. And that's that. Moving on. Pretend I'm holding it. It's Black Clover. Okay. Hear me out again. Like a year ago, I probably would have been like, ew, Black Clover. Because, okay, Black Clover is the most, like, shonen thing I have ever read in my life. Like, it's cheesy, but it's so honest about how cheesy it is that, like, you give into its sincerity. And basically, you know how, like, okay, hear me out. You know how, like, the world is weird right now? So because of that, I have, like, a lot more free time. So what I'm saying is, there was, like, a weekend sometime in, like, July where I just read all of it. I started from the beginning and I read all of it. I never thought I would have read it because I tried to watch the anime and I couldn't get into it for reasons. I'm sorry, it's probably not the actor's fault. The voice actor, I mean. Maybe it was the direction. I have no idea. But yeah, I read all of it. And I was like, oh, hey, I love this. This is my favorite thing in the world right now. I can't stop thinking about it. Because it's itself. And I can admire that. And I love it, and I'm invested in it now. And I think that's just what I needed right now. I just needed something that was so unapologetically itself that it could be that sincere. Anyways, that's my shorthanded review of Black Clover. I love it. If you like this kind of thing, read it. I cannot stand how Yami rides on his broom. That stands for you know too. I can't stand it. It's very silly. Moving on. Number 2. I could see on my list I only have 2 left, so I remember the numbers now. Chainsaw Man. I love Chainsaw Man. Let me tell you what's going on with this. So as of right now, when I am recording this, there is 1 chapter left. The last chapter comes out, I think, either next week or the week after that, which is insane to me. it didn't even reach 100 chapters. That's wild. Also, like, oh, everything happened so much. But judging from the last chapter that came out, I'm very happy with where this is going. Maybe I'll eat my words next week or whatever. But yeah, Chainsaw Man was insane. Every week I would read it and be like, hey, what is going on? Because I don't know. Neither do the characters. It is a lot. It is very gory. If you don't like gore, I cannot recommend this. It is nasty. It's like not even just like gory. It's just gross. There's a lot of vomit. Ugh. I don't like it. But I love the series still. And yeah, it's also really horny, so be ready for that if you're like, ew about that. But like, whatever. You know? But I can't even like sell you on this. This is the kind of like series where you can try to like explain it to someone, but it just makes it sound worse. This is like, okay, you just have to read it yourself so you can get into it. Like the first time I read it, I read the first chapter and I was like, okay, this is stupid. And then I was like, I'm not gonna read this. But then I gave it a second chance. It's the same with Black Clover. I gave it a second chance and I was like, hey, I love this. So yeah, there's that on that. Read Chainsaw Man. That's all I'm gonna say. If you don't like it, I get it. But you might. You might like it. Which brings me to my last series. My last series, which is one I really, really love. Dude, oh, I almost dropped it. I don't want to spill my coffee. I'm just sitting on my bed, by the way, so that would be really bad if I dropped it. Spy Family. Like, I wonder if this is like Hunter x Hunter rules or Hunter x Hunter. Man, people get really mad if you say that. Whoops. But I wonder if that abides by the same laws of, is it just Spy Family or is it Spy X Family? I've been calling it Spy Family, but I could be wrong. Anyways, I really love this series. It's really cute. I adore this little goblin right here. She's great. So the premise of the series, it's kind of newer, so I'll explain it. Like some of the older ones, like, I don't know, Demon Slayer or My Hero Academia. I know I don't gotta explain that to you. If you're watching these, you know what's going on, for the most part. Unless I have misjudged you and you're just watching this because you enjoy a girl talking about manga. Anyways, so yeah, this one's fairly newer. I think it started like a year ago? Or am I wrong? I don't know. Time doesn't move linearly anymore. So the whole premise is there's a spy, and he's like, oh, I have to go undercover, and I have to have a fake family to do this because I have to get close to the headmaster of this school that I need to get my child into or whatever. So he adopts a kid, and then he has to find someone to be his fake wife because they need a fake wife for the kid to go to school. Which, by the way, those are bogus rules. Kid doesn't have to have two parents to go to school, to the elite school, whatever. It's whack. Anyways, so he finds this lady who agrees to be his wife, but only because it's a cover for her as well, because she's an assassin. Also, the kid can read minds. Yeah, so it's a trip. It's really fun. I love it very much. I'm thinking fondly about it right now. Read this one. This one's just wholesome. If you like spies, and it's really campy about the spy stuff too. It's so cute. So that's if you're gonna read anything, here, read Spy Family because it's like the easiest one to get into and because it's really cute. And right now, I think we all need that in our lives. That's the world that I'm making with my hand. Yeah. I think I got milk on my face. Or it's coffee now because I made a potion. So, yeah, that's my favorite things that I've read this year. I've read a lot more this year, thank you to the Shonen Jump app. It is so cheap. It's $2 a month. I am so grateful forever. Also, thank you to my friends who let me borrow their manga. I am so deeply grateful. I can't afford it anymore. It is tragic. But I can still indulge myself through my friends, and that's what friends are for, right? So, yeah, that's the end of this video. Have a beautiful day. Read some manga. Or don't. Follow your dreams. If you're an anime watcher instead, follow your dreams. Look at this. Goodbye. That's so lame. It's too